Rabbi Stolik. I don't know how many people here are familiar with Orchard Street, Lower East Side in New York. The famous Orchard Street, now it's not so much, but 25, 30 years ago, a person wanted to get a bargain for a very good price, nice merchandise. You go to Lower East Side, to Orchard Street, could obtain the nicest merchandise for bargain prices. Once on a Friday afternoon, my wife and I walked on Orchard Street, not for any reason we want to buy any bargains. We just had to go through Orchard Street. And as we walked on Orchard Street, a vendor stopped me and he says, "Young man, why did you come to my store with beautiful, beautiful, nice white shirts? I give you the best bargain prices. Why do you come into the store?" So I tell him, I like nice shirts. I like bargain prices, as every Jew likes bargain prices. But not now. It's getting close to Shabbos. We are in Lower East Side. I have to still catch 2 buses to go to Brooklyn, to Crown Heights. It's late. I wouldn't want to miss the Shabbos, coming late for Shabbos. So this time I forgo the nice shirts and the best prices. He tells me, this was 25 years ago, "Young man, because of Shabbos, you're going to forgo such a beautiful shirts and such exceptional good prices?" So I says, "Yes, for me Shabbos is something very important. And I will not, even if I get the best shirts at the best prices, will never desecrate Shabbos. I would not buy shirts at the price it costs of desecrating Shabbos." He says to me, "Shabbos? What do you mean by Shabbos? Who cares about Shabbos?" Start to mock and scoff and ridicule Shabbos. So I tell him, "My dear man, why do you scoff Shabbos? For me, Shabbos is very important." He says to me, "Young man, if you would see what I saw, if you would experience what I experienced, if you would have gone through what I went through, you would speak the same way. What Shabbos? What? Who cares about God? God exists, doesn't exist. Torah is insignificant, nothing." So I tell this person, "Tell me, dear man, what did you see what I didn't see? What did you go through what I didn't go through? What do you experience what I didn't experience?" So he takes his hand, bangs on his chest. "I was in Auschwitz. And anybody who was in Auschwitz cannot believe in God. Doesn't believe in God, no more Torah, no more Shabbat, no more mitzvot." He says, "If I would see what I saw, that he was in Auschwitz, after Auschwitz, you cannot believe in God anymore. All these atrocities, all this barbarism, this inhumanity that went through, does God exist? He would allow such a thing?" He says, "After Auschwitz, you can't believe in God." Ladies and gentlemen, as he tells me, after Auschwitz, a person cannot believe in God anymore. I pull back my jacket, open up my shirt, pull back my sleeve. I show him here. See this here. Ladies and gentlemen, believe me, this person became white as my shirt. He couldn't believe he was convinced, as anybody went through the sufferings of Auschwitz, no God, no Torah, no Shabbat, nothing whatsoever of the Jewish religion. But once he saw, I asked him, "Oh, tell me, how old were you when you were in Auschwitz?" He says, "I'm 22 years old." He said, "Well, I was 10 years old." And he shocked me. He saw that my tattoo, and I still believe in God. This person became white, as I said before. He went back to his office. Because you know, the Orchard Street, where we were in Orchard Street, the merchandise is outside on the street. Yes, you see everything, the hats and sweaters and shoes and hats, everything on the street. He went back into his office. He slumped down in his easy chair, and he got immersed in his thoughts. He lost himself in the thoughts like this. I followed him. I thought we'll continue this conversation. After Auschwitz, can you believe in God? Or after Auschwitz, can you believe anymore in God? But this person was completely lost in his thoughts. I was sitting like this in his easy chair, and I was standing over him at least 5 minutes waiting. We should be able to continue this conversation. But he was just lost. So my wife says to me, Nissen, it's getting close to Shabbos. We have to get for Shabbos. My wife didn't make the chon yet for Shabbos. She said, prepare for the chon for Shabbos. So let's go back. Let's go home. So I decided, I said to my wife, you know what, let's go home. And I come next time, I come back to this vendor, and indeed I buy shirts, and I hope you then also give me a bargain prices. About 2.5, 3 months later, we came back to Orchard Street, not for buying, but then we went through Orchard Street. So then I said to my wife, let's go to this store. And this time, I continue my conversation with him, and also buy 3, maybe half a dozen of shirts. He gives me a good price, and I shirts, I'll buy 100. We come to this store. Ladies and gentlemen, a new owner, the old owner with whom I had this discussion before is gone. I asked him what happened to him. He sold the store. I asked him, do you know where did he go? Where did he move? He says he doesn't know, but he sold the store. For me, it's only an educated guess. I can't tell you for sure because I didn't speak with him afterwards. This person was convinced after Auschwitz, a person cannot be observant Jew, can't believe in God, can't keep Shabbos. Once he saw a little boy, I didn't tell him I went through not only Auschwitz, I was in 7 different death camps as a child. And he saw, even Auschwitz, how did I save myself? And a person went through as a child all these tremendous supernatural humanities, sufferings, and still believes. He changed his mind. In Orchard Street, you cannot keep the store open Shabbos because of competition. Everybody keeps it. So he sold his store, and he moved to another neighborhood where he could keep Shabbos. Again, I don't have firm information about this, but it's only educated guess. He says, even since prime of his life, he could have been 50 years old. There was no reason why he should sell the store. But here he felt, in Orchard Street, he cannot keep the Shabbos, but elsewhere he'll be able to keep it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, why I'm so convinced that even after this inhumanity of Auschwitz, I can still believe in God. What makes me believe in God? If a person has a dice, throw down the dice once, roll the dice, you get the number 6. 6 is the best number. You win the game, yes? You get number 6. What will you say? Lucky. You got number 6. How about when you roll the dice a second time? The second time you get number 6. So what will you say? You're very lucky. How about you roll the die the third time, and you get again number 6? Very, very, very lucky. But how about you roll the dice 10 times, 20 times? Every time you get not 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, but every time you get 6, something's going on. Not simple. You can't roll the dice 10 times in order to get number 6. So either there is some magic or some cheating. If you eliminate all these possibilities, you say something's going on. How do you get always 6? The same thing in my case. I ask you be the judge. I'll tell you things which I went through. Humanly possible, I should succeed, I should survive, or this was the hand of God who helped me, I should survive. At each event, individually can say, number 6, you were lucky. But how about the next event? You get 11, again number 6, very lucky. But how about on and on? Yeah, one thing after another thing, one event after another thing. Always from the crematorium, Mengele, and all these things, the death march. And I'm still here now. I can speak to you. This is, I roll the dice 100 times and always got 6. And you be the judge. Of course, if I should start from the beginning, ladies and gentlemen, it'll take me a month or even more to speak. So let me, still not clear?
Yeah.